Right, let's bring in an attorney who's very familiar with the details of these allegations against Cosby. Joe Camerata represents 7 women who have sued Bill Cosby for defamation in federal court. He is a trial attorney and joins us live. Great to have you with us, Joe.
Thank you.
Were you surprised at all by this verdict today? Because there was one unsuccessful trial already. This was bite 2 at the apple.
No, I sat through most of the evidence, and the evidence was overwhelming that Mr. Cosby had engaged in a pattern and practice of mentoring and then abusing young women for his own personal gratification, and the jury saw that and did the right thing, which was to convict Bill Cosby.
It doesn't always happen in trials, but in this one, 5 of his other accusers who were not a party to this case were allowed to take the stand and testify. What kind of difference do you think that made to the jury?
A significant difference, because it wasn't just Andrea Constant and her telling of the story that I was mentored, and then I was given a drug, and then I was abused. We had other women who came in and talked about their similar stories about him, Bill Cosby, ingratiating himself with the parents or grandparents, mentoring these young women, and then giving them drugs or alcohol and then abusing them. So there was a common scheme that he employed in order for his own personal gratification, and the jury understood that. And they said, we're not going to tolerate this in our society.
Okay, so let's go now to a little bit of reaction from his defense team. Here is Cosby's attorney.
We are very disappointed by the verdict. We don't think Mr. Cosby's guilty of anything, and the fight is not over. Thank you.
Are you going to appeal, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, very strongly.
So they're going to appeal. In the meantime, he's out free on bail. My understanding is the prosecutors asked for him to be jailed right away, but we got to wait sentencing in the next 60 days or so, is my understanding, and that he is free at this point. It was one of the first questions one of my non-lawyer friends asked me today, saying, as a lawyer, can you explain this to me? Why is he allowed to remain free in the meantime?
Well, the judge takes into certain factors into consideration. Is he a flight risk? And they determined that he's going to be under, if you would, house arrest. He's going to put on a monitoring bracelet or what have you, so they know where his whereabouts are. But to listen to the defense team's reaction, we don't believe he's guilty. Well, unfortunately for them, they don't get to decide. The jury, the society, understood, they heard the evidence, and they knew that he was guilty, resoundingly convicted Bill Cosby of these heinous crimes.
Quickly, because you followed this so closely, was there any reversible error or something that seemed like an obvious point of appeal for you as they try to take this to the next level?
I don't think so. I think the judge was measured in his approach. He gave both sides their due. He allowed all the evidence in that was appropriate and reasonable, and the jury considered it all and determined that in our society, in their society, we will not allow predatory behavior of young women, regardless of our position, our power, our celebrity in society. And we're going to hold you responsible, and you're going to be accountable. And that's what they did. They resoundingly rebuked Bill Cosby's claims of innocence.
So the defamation case that you have been involved with was on hold pending this. Now, will that go back to active litigation?
It's going to go back to active litigation. My clients, my 7 clients, are anxious to have their day in court to tell their story, that they are not liars like Mr. Cosby branded them, and they're looking forward to having their good name and reputation restored and to see that justice is done.
Okay, we will watch for that. Jim, thank you for coming in tonight.
Thank you.